Ciao, baby.
Ciao, Bella.
We're in Positano.
We are in Positano, Italy, shooting our podcast right now from the balcony of our hotel room. This is not a green screen.
Yeah, this is real. This is real. We go to it every day.
And we honestly,
yeah, go ahead.
We don't have really any idea what exactly we're going to talk about.
Nope.
We figure we'll just kind of talk about
our experience
trip,
so
our
far.
trip up to this point.
Yeah, we've been here for 3 full days. Yeah, and every day I open the windows to this balcony, and it's like, yep, another beautiful day.
Yeah. And it looks gorgeous like this. It actually rained yesterday, and it still looked even like more beautiful than anything you could imagine in the rain. It was like a sun shower almost.
Yeah.
And this is our first time in Italy. Mm-hmm. And it's been everything and then some.
And I think that's an interesting point, too, is like we were obviously born and raised in Jersey, and Italian culture, you're 100% Italian. I thought I was 50% Italian. Lo and behold, not.
Well, why don't you talk about that?
Yeah, so I guess, maiden name is Scalabrini. Growing up, I thought like I was 50% Italian.
Flip that to that.
I was 50% Italian, 50% Lithuanian, my father being the Italian.
With a name like Scalabrini.
Yeah, exactly.
You think that you're fully Italian, or at least that side of the family is fully Italian.
And then they did the 23andMe like 5 to 10 years ago, and like I'm more Irish than I am Italian. I'm Scandinavian.
You're Iberian
Peninsula. I mean,
Irish,
everything.
There's like Indian in there.
Yes, Indian.
Not
Native American.
The other Indian.
Like a slew of things. Mm-hmm. So I was, but then a 50% Lithuanian. So Eastern European is very strong.
Yeah, your mom was actually fully Lithuanian,
which is bizarre.
But still culturally, you grew up very Italian.
For sure.
And that's not to say if you do the 23andMe, your dad is actually from his
Lake Como.
His side of the family is actually from Italy. It's just that those folks that came from Italy came from a variety of different backgrounds. They weren't full-blooded Italian.
Nope.
FBI, full-blooded Italian.
Like you.
I, on the other hand.
Yes, go ahead.
I, on the other hand, am definitely largely Italian. I think I cheated because, rather than getting myself a 23andMe, I decided I was going to get my mom and my dad one for Mother's and Father's Day one year. This way, I could figure out what I was and kind of kill 2 birds with one stone. I guess kill 3 birds with one stone because I got 2 gifts out of it and I got to learn exactly what I was as a result. And or was it Ancestry.com or was it 23andMe? It was one of them.
I think maybe Ancestry.
And it turns out that I think it was 80% Italian, with 12% Middle Eastern, a few percentage of European Jewish, and then a couple percentages of Northern African.
Yeah.
So I am exactly what you would expect
from this area. Yeah.
Somebody from Italy to be, and I'm in my home. There's no doubt that I'm in my homeland. It is very clear.
Okay, so before we get into that, we've never been to Italy. Yeah. Growing up from Jersey, we're always we got to get to Italy. We're going to Italy. We have to get there, and we never. It was always a trip that we were we'll do that one when we have the time. When we have the time, because we're here for 12 days. This is an extended trip.
And we were originally going to do it
for
21 days.
Yeah.
We cut it back by a week for a few reasons.
Yeah.
And because we wanted to spend an appreciable amount of time here.
Yeah.
We didn't want to, we've traveled a lot in the past, but every time we travel, we usually do it a week at a time at the most.
Yes. This is the longest trip. I think this is even longer than our honeymoon.
No, this is
our
this
honeymoon
is
to Bali.
I think our honeymoon
which our
Bali
flight was
10,
a day.
I think that was 10 days.
Yeah.
And here we're here for 2 weeks. So we wanted to make sure that if we were coming to Italy, first off, that we'd be able to see multiple parts of it. We wanted to make sure that we had enough time to spend here, and this was the opportunity to do it. So finally,
let's do
it. We've done it. So again, your point is growing up in a very culturally Italian household, both of us in New Jersey, where the culture is generally very Italian.
Yep.
And you hear about like the splendors of Italy and how beautiful it is and how great the food is and how like just how
scenery,
beautiful it is aesthetically. And I would say like obviously coming in, I expected it to be great. I obviously to some extent was like tempering my expectations, thinking that it was at least somewhat hype. But so far it's been gorgeous.
Yeah, 3 full days.
Bellissima.
Bellissima. But going back to the fact that you belong here.
Yeah.
I mean, I never realized how Italian you looked until we came here. I was like, is that person your relative? Is that person your relative? There was like this little girl in the airport that like she walked up to us.
It was a train station. No, it was
the train station.
In Naples.
Naples.
While we're here, so we're in the Amalfi Coast now. We're in Positano. We did a little stop in Naples on the way here.
Pizza. Oh my God.
We're going to hit up Pompeii on the way back up north, and then we're going to be in Rome for about 5 days or so.
And while we're here, we're going to do. We're going to go out to Sorrento tomorrow. Go out to Capri. We have a boat ride out there. And then, just enjoy this. But back to the point of we're in the train station and this little girl comes up and I like looked at you and I was like, that could be like your child. Like the amount of people that I've seen with like the darker complexion, light eyes, like light blue, like blue eyes. It's shocking.
Like she kind of, at first I was like, she kind of looks like my niece.
Yes,
and
for sure.
Especially my one niece looks a lot like me.
Yeah.
And like clearly looks like she's from my family. Like, both nieces look like me to some extent, but like the one looks a lot like me. And this little girl, at first I was like, oh, she could be my niece. And I was like, actually, that could be my daughter. She looks just like me. Like scary like me. Like it looked like it could have been like our kid. Like to a bizarre extent.
Yes, it looked like you, a blend of like you and Kara, like your sister when y'all were little. Like I saw her and I could not stop staring at her. It was like so weird. And then just everyone we've seen, the guys, like it's like the noses, the eyes, the like jawline, like there's a lot of resemblance. Like you belong here for sure, and I don't.
Yeah, you kind of stand out a little bit more than I do.
I definitely do.
I mean, I don't know. Like when I got here, just the last few days, I'm just like, this is clearly like a place that I am supposed to be. All the way down to like the food is outstanding. Of course, the food is outstanding. Like just the way that everybody talks with like their hands, and they're all like very.
The homeless people were even talking all with their hands.
There's like, just like a certain like passion or vibe here that I can't even begin to, like, it just feels like in my core of me, it feels like where I'm supposed to be. It's like so unbelievable.
I know.
And I would have never like expected that. It really, really cool. And the fact again that like everybody's cool. All the people have been great so far.
Been so nice.
And we've spent 3 full days, and I feel like we've been here for a lifetime at this point. And I don't mean that in a bad way, of course.
No, I've done laundry here.
Yeah.
Like I've got chores done here.
I guess like what can we talk about?
I guess what's been your favorite part so far of the 3 days?
Man, I guess. I mean, look. I don't know. Just look at this. This is unlike anything I've ever seen before. When we were out in the ocean, we've done this before when we did our podcast for Marfa. I'll like take the camera and give a quick panoramic view of what we're looking out at here. But the ocean is right there. And when we were just down there, we literally just came back from the beach. Today so I guess let's say this, what we've been doing in the morning is we're waking up.
Yes.
There in the back over here, you can see how high these cliffs go and how high these like streets go. So those are all different streets all the way leading up there.
And you get to them via stairs.
And they're all stairs. There's no elevators here.
Or ramps, it's all stairs.
Well, there's some ramps. There's a few ramps, but it's mostly stairs. And there's a set of stairs right behind us here that is obscene. We were calling it the stairway to hell as opposed to the stairway to heaven because you are gassed walking up it. And so we have been waking up, and the first thing we've done every morning is we do a fasted walk up those stairs just to like, because we've been eating like nonstop since
and like
we've been
we're
here.
also like eating like dinners are late, and then like it's just like better to like digest a little bit more before we eat right away.
And when we were coming, I said like I'm not like tempering my appetite or tempering like my food or my diet at all. Like I'm gonna eat everything in sight because.
But we're eating appropriately.
Yeah.
Because like our breakfast is light.
Yeah, I guess. And but like as soon as we got off the plane, we got to Naples and we flew into Rome. We took a train from Rome to Naples. As soon as we got in Naples, we had a driver that was taking us down here.
Yeah.
And as soon as we got in the car or in the van, I was like, can we stop and get pizza?
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, sure. And we stopped at like the most Italian, like picturesque pizzeria with a bunch of old Italian dudes.
If those walls could talk in Naples.
Yeah,
and there was like these three guys that were just standing around and like whisper talking to each other. I was like, what are they talking about?
You could tell that.
What hit are they planning?
A lot of stuff has gone down in that pizza shop. You can imagine.
Pizzeria
shop, especially in Naples. So we like immediately had pizza like almost upon arrival here in Italy. It was outstanding, by the way. So like I'm here to eat essentially. Like that's like priority number one, more or less. So we wake up in the morning and we do a fasted walk down the ramp here, down into the town, and then up this like insane set of stairs.
Oh my God.
There's like the most beautiful cat you've ever seen that just like chills, and you can tell that that cat has been here for a really long time, and it pretty much owns that set of stairs, and everybody takes pictures with it.
Yeah,
it's like
I said like how many like photo albums is that cat in on people's phone?
It must be because it's
it just chills there.
It's a beautiful cat. Yeah. It's like really big.
We should get a photo of it and like insert it on here.
We'll
take one tomorrow morning.
We'll insert a picture of the cat here, but it's like a big beautiful cat with long hair, and it's like beautiful. It almost is like it looks like out of like a Disney cartoon or something.
And it's like sits there and it like it's big like fluffy tail, it like swings back and forth.
And it looks like it couldn't be bothered like by anything. But it chills on those stairs. So we take the stairs all the way up. Like before you even get to the stairs, you're sweating, and then by the time you get to the top, like you are just gassed.
Yeah. The first time we did it was the day we got here, and so we had to sleep on the plane.
Yeah.
So we're like at this point up in I don't even know how many hours, and we're like, oh, where's this stairway go? And we got to like we didn't even go to the top.
We didn't even know. We didn't know what it like.
Yeah, we're like
we were just kind of
roaming.
exploring.
Yeah.
We were just kind of exploring, and we went up the stairs. But
I thought I was gonna die.
So we'll do that. Then there's a free breakfast here at this hotel, which is a beautiful hotel. I'm so thrilled that we chose to stay here. There's like a botanical garden down here. There's a beautiful pool that overlooks this church and overlooks the ocean or the Mediterranean Sea.
And there's like the lemon trees, and there's the whole vegetable garden that they like get the stuff from for the breakfast and the dinners and stuff that they have here.
So we've been doing the walk. We've been coming back. We've been stopping and having like sweaty as hell, just like dripping sweat.
But like it's hard not to. Like we walk into we went to like a nice restaurant yesterday. We were like sweating.
Well, I was gonna say we had lunch. Well, hold on. Let me stop. So we come back down the steps. We stop in this beautiful courtyard down here, and there's a free like breakfast that's included with the hotel. So we stop and we just have like fruit and something light, some yogurt. Then we come into our room, and then we've been getting like a real quick 20-minute like high intensity workout
that you created in a nice little circuit for us, which has been really nice.
Because again, like I'm here to eat, and like I also don't want to go 2 weeks without working out.
For sure.
And I know and everybody's like, oh, well, you do plenty of walking, but like I already do a lot of walking in my regular life. So walking to me isn't like a workout. Walking to me is just like part of my day as it is. So like I don't want to neglect my chest and my shoulders and my arms and all of that. So yes, I'm a little bit of a psychopath. I put together a quick little workout, but it's been perfect because it's literally like the maybe 15 minutes for the walk, 15 maybe 20 max for the you're fine.
I won't pick up. Okay.
Maybe for the walk, stop and have breakfast. We do 20 minutes here in the I don't know. Maybe it is picking up. I don't know. We should be fine. Don't worry about it. We do the 20-minute workout here in the hotel room, and then we've been going down to the beach. We just like had a
We've been meditating and doing all of our
here
like
on the
all our gratitude practice, all our habits.
Yep, we've been doing all of our regular habits. We've been meditating out here on the balcony, which has been beautiful.
What's the saying? Different city or same?
The city changes, the habits stay the same. Yeah. City changes, the habits stay the same. That's right. And then like we go down to the beach. We went to the pool yesterday. We were down earlier today. We actually did a little bit of walking and shopping earlier today. We were down at the beach. We had like a delicious pizza and like a bunch of like mozzarella and caprese salad earlier. Went back down to the beach. We're like in the ocean, and when you're looking up this way from the ocean, it's like the most...
Insert photo here.
Yeah, I'll add that too as well. It is the most picturesque, beautiful scene you've ever experienced in your entire life. Like, again, out of almost like a Disney movie, like to some extent, but like that doesn't do it justice.
No.
It actually doesn't do it justice.
And I said
every photo you've ever seen of this place doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, and I think I said to you, like in the water, I was just like, when coming here, I was like, I knew this place was going to be beautiful, but like being here in person, just completely solidifies like the fact of like how beautiful this place is, and like we've only been here for 3 years. Like I can't wait to see like out on Capri.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be beautiful, and like the Blue Lagoon in that area.
Oh man.
It's gonna be beautiful. Your eyes are gonna be popping there.
Yeah,
oh
I'm
my
sure.
gosh, I can't wait to see your eyes there.
But like yesterday we had lunch at a restaurant that again is like up those up that hill.
I thought you were you're like look up the directions. I looked them up and I'm like trying to figure out how to get there. And you're like, well, I think we have to go back up those stairs. I was like, I did those stairs already this morning. I'm not doing that.
And now we're going to like a nice lunch at a nice restaurant.
In the middle of the day,
we're
it's like
wearing
1
nice
o'clock.
clothes. We're not wearing our workout clothes.
Yes.
Yeah, now it's like in the middle of like the heat and in the sun.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, we're just gonna take them really slow. And like that did not help because we were again not. I was a little less gassed because we took it slow, but like I was no less sweaty. We walked into that restaurant just like dripping sweat. And like you could tell that that's common for them.
Oh, for sure.
Everybody goes dripping sweat into that
to.
restaurant. There's no way that they don't.
Yeah.
And
it's just hot. Like it's just like everything. It's very warm here.
Yeah. Well, right now it's like nice and breezy
the
and
afternoon
beautiful.
really does. Like,
Although I mean, I'm like kind of sweating a little bit. I've been sweating the whole time I'm here.
You're just a hot, greasy Italian. What do you want?
I am. But I also maybe we should say that this is worth, I guess, telling.
Okay, I can't wait.
You were sick last week.
Oh God, yeah.
All last week before we came to Italy.
Yeah, and like sick is just like my throat was very, very sore. Like, and like one day, like I looked at my tonsils. I was like, how am I gonna swallow food today? They were so swollen.
And I was like, I don't typically get very sick. There's been so many times where like you've been sick and I don't get sick.
Yeah.
So I wasn't thinking all that much of it. And I was kissing you. We were still like sleeping in the same bed and having sex and doing all the things that we normally do. And then again, like not thinking much of it. When we were traveling, the day that we traveled from Austin to
Tuesday.
To here, I was particularly tired, like in a rundown way, but like it's a travel day and you're on a plane and you're not getting good sleep.
But you were also like passing out, like each flight we got like.
Well, that's also not that uncommon for me. Like I fall whenever I get on a plane, like I have a secret
very
power
fortunate.
where I can just fall asleep like immediately before takeoff and I'm out the entire flight and then I always wake up like just as we're landing.
Yeah.
I say it's like teleporting. Like I have the ability to teleport because I can fall asleep in one city, wake up in another.
Yeah.
I think you should be okay.
Okay.
I don't know. You could try to block it.
I'm gonna try to block it.
So, it's not that uncommon, but I don't know, like I was still like a little more like, because even if I don't get a lot of sleep, I can still like kind of power through, and I don't feel like the need to like zonk out.
Yeah.
And on that day, like even on like the train, I was like really tired.
Oh my God, yeah,
and
you're
then
falling asleep like everywhere.
and then like in the car, in the van, I was like really tired. And usually if I'm getting sick, like me falling, like getting really tired is like a precursor.
It's like a baby.
To it. And another thing is like usually when I'm at the gym, I am like really tired during my workout. It's also an indicator. So like me being tired is an indicator of like me getting sick. Still wasn't thinking much of it. I'm just like we're
traveling and like it's a car ride, but like I mean you were out and the car ride like through these streets is like this.
Yeah.
It's like twists and turns and bends, and I'm like holding on, and you're like body is flailing from like one side to the other. And you're still sleeping during it. I was like, are you good? Are you this tired?
I was pretty tired. I was pretty tired. And then the second day that we were here, we were down on the beach on the other side of this cliff. So it's like over that way. And I was feeling a little tickle come through in my throat. And I was like, I can power through this. Isn't it a big deal? And I knew that you already had it. So I was like, even if I am coming down with something, you already like are good.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't have to say anything. And I'm just a believer that like if you don't flex and say immunity, you got sick.
Well, now I have immunity.
yeah, after you got sick from it. So I was thinking like I'll power through this. This isn't a problem. As 2 days ago went on, I felt that tickle come in more and more in my throat. That night, I was like sweating in bed pretty badly, and I woke up and I was feeling like soreness in my joints.
Yes.
Like I was having a little bit of a fever, and my throat was hurting me.
Which is so funny because when you do get sick, like you always get like feverish.
I know.
Like
I mean, again, I don't get sick very frequently.
Yeah.
I was sick the first week of this year during Business Mastery, and when we had our photo shoot, that was like, that was like the last time that I remember being like actually sick. I could probably count on one hand. And interestingly enough, the only other time that I can really remember being actually sick, like in my adult life, was when we were on our honeymoon in Bali.
Yeah, you got Bali belly.
I got Bali belly. I ate something or drank something that like, and it's apparently really common in Bali because there's like a lot of
dirty water
and like I guess a bunch of parasites that you can get like in your food or in like just kicked up from the street or something like that. And like I got hit with that really hard on the last night of our honeymoon, and that gave me a fever as well. But I kicked that in like 24 hours because like it just like ran through my system. Like again, that's earlier this year, and that are like the two times I can really remember being like actually sick in my adult life. There's been a couple times where I felt like under the weather, but like not in any like significant way. So like again, like we were still doing our walks up the staircase. We were still doing our workouts here in the room. I was powering through it. I wasn't showing any signs of weakness to you.
Nope.
And
no a thing.
Then last night, we were about to go on a little bit of a stroll through town here, and that's when it started to rain, and again it was like kind of beautiful.
It was so pretty.
And I was honestly at that point I was kind of like, I'm actually a little relieved that it's raining because like I could take a nap right now.
Yeah.
I was pretty like not feeling great. Yeah. And I still hadn't told you at that point that I wasn't feeling good. So I was like, how about we just take like a little 20-minute power nap? And you're like, really? You want to take another nap? Like, are you good? And I was like, yeah, like I think like a power nap would be good.
Yeah, and I'm in my head, I'm also like, well, I know like when we're home, you're always like up and working and stressed. And I was like, okay, yeah, like this is like our time to relax, and this is like how we're gonna do our vacation. Like that's fine with me. Like I love me a nap. So I'm like, sure.
So we took a little 20-minute nap, and
45 minutes to an hour.
45-minute nap. And we woke up, and my throat was killing me, and like the fever really like was hitting me at that point. I was so achy, and I was so warm.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, boo, I have a confession.
I shot out of bed. I was like, what do you have to tell me?
I have had a sore throat for the last like day, and like I think I have like a bit of a fever. And then you like felt my head, and you're like, holy shit, you're hot. You're hot as hell.
Everything of you was like burning hot, but your hands were cold. your hands were cold, and then like your limbs were like piping hot.
Yeah. So
and I was like, oh God. So I got to be a nurse too on this trip.
So
I've done everything.
Yeah. So you did laundry.
I've served you your food.
So we also. The other night we were at another restaurant, and
eating, of course, we're just.
There was like Italians are so fucking cool.
The culture is just awesome.
There was like a table of like Italian, like it was like they were probably in their 50s, right? Like the 50s, 60s, like two couples, and one woman was clearly like
the matriarch,
the matriarch of the table, and she had no problem like in the middle of the restaurant like standing up and making like a large show of the fact that she was like serving her not everybody, but specifically serving her husband his food.
They were like on like, so it was a big table they were on.
It was like a big rectangular
table. She was
table.
on one end, he was on the other, and she like purposely got up and like got to the front, this part of the table, and was like cutting everything up, serving her husband, and then she served like everyone else too. But like then she got up and like, and her husband's sitting there with a bib, like a napkin wrapped around
is like tucked in mob style, and she like. So I was like, babe, I need this from you from now on. I'm like, if I'm gonna be upset if from now on at restaurants you don't stand up and just start serving the table. Like that's such a you thing to do. That like I'm kind of like this
and
has
since
to.
Then I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I was never doing this.
I know, and now you've done it like most of the meals so far over the last couple of days. Like I'm like, you have to stand. No, I'm like stand up
I'm not
and do
standing
it.
Up. We'll see. I
But
don't know if I can stand up.
So that's a new thing for you.
But anyway, I had to be your nurse last night.
Yeah, so you're my nurse. You're my server at the table, serving me up food. You have been doing laundry here.
Yeah.
So I guess that's to say that last night my throat was killing me. I took some Aleve, which I hate. I hate taking anything like that, but I kind of like needed to because I did not feel good. That helped my like swelling in my throat go down quite a bit, and then I just wrapped myself in the sheets on the bed, and like in a cocoon, and I was like just sweating all night, like tremendously, like soaking through all the sheets.
The fitted sheet on like my side of the bed was like starting to get like wet, like it was like coming over, and I was in the robe because I was just like we wrapped you in like the blankets. And the heat that your body was putting off from underneath those blankets was insane. Yeah. Like I like had my leg on you and I was like, oh my God, it's so hot. I had to like roll away from you.
Yeah. So, but I mean, like honestly, it broke the fever for sure.
Did.
I feel like I woke up feeling like in terms of the fever, feeling fine. My throat was still like pretty swollen, but I've been taking the Aleve to let that go down. So like honestly, I feel fine. The throat swelling in the throat was really the biggest problem because like I could barely talk this morning. When my throat was swollen. But
can you imagine that? And not talking.
How are we going to do the podcast?
That's why I was like, you're not going to be able to do the podcast tonight. You can't talk.
But again, like we woke up, did the stairs, did our workout. We went and did some shopping. Yeah. Which we didn't really even buy anything.
No, we looked around and like I think we'll go back to those couple little spots and get some stuff.
Went down to the beach, had a beautiful day down there. We had again pizza and caprese salad,
and tomatoes, and just
exquisite. Went back to the beach, snapped some really good pictures. Honestly, we did some really amazing photos, and then got some gelato on the way back up to the room.
I've been eyeing up this gelato for the past couple of days. I'm like, I want that lemon popsicle. That's what I want. And it was like a vanilla gelato on a popsicle, and it had like a lemon casing around it. It was delicious. What was your gelato flavor?
I had it was called Kinder. I think it was
Nutella in there?
Nutella, yeah. It was like vanilla and Nutella or something like that. I just asked.
Started melting down.
I just asked they had like a bunch of flavors. I just asked the girl, I'm like, which one's your favorite? And she said Kinder. I was like, all right, serve it up on a cone, please. Grazie.
Grazie.
What else? We got this Leonardo.
Oh my God.
Is our hotel guest relations manager, who's just like the most suave, like Italian gentleman you've ever seen in your life.
And he's got like a beautiful, he might be on the grounds here somewhere, but he's got this beautiful tan. He's like an older gentleman, And
He's
yet
not
just-
that old. He's probably 50.
Okay, older gentleman, yeah. Really well dressed, got a great smile, great set of teeth. Like, I swear.
Great swag. He's a
Great swag. I
swag.
mean, I would just be like, I would hang out. If I lived here and I wasn't with you, I'd be here all the time. I'd be like, dude,
I don't
like,
take offense to that.
Yeah,
Being
I want to be the, what did I call myself? I want to be like the maitre d' of the hotel here. I'll be the on-staff nurse.
But I mean, like,
so I can be with Leonardo.
Positano in general is, again, picturesque in every single way.
Yeah.
The food is phenomenal.
The people are beautiful. Like the girls,
the
oh my
women
God.
here are fucking gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Like, I can't believe like how many gorgeous women are walking around
Yeah.
here, and like even the American women that are walking around here are
everyone is
gorgeous, but like the Italian women are fucking smoking.
They're beautiful.
Like smoke
beautiful.
shows. And they're all like dressed well, and they all
Uh-huh.
carry themselves well. It's like there's a lot of eye candy. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
There's as beautiful as like the surroundings are. Like, even just like the people watching
Yes.
is like incredible.
Yeah.
There's like no shortage of things to like feast your eyes on. I would say. And yeah, we got like lemon trees and lime trees outside of our window. We have this botanical garden down there. We have this church right here. It's just been, I've said, like, legitimately, like, heavenly.
Yeah.
Heavenly from start to finish.
You asked me a question.
Just keep going. I'm going to see where we're at time-wise.
You asked me a question when we were in the water earlier. You're like, because obviously there's like a lot of, it's a mix of like you have some families here, and it's definitely like Italian families on vacation because it's August, so it's like their time for travel. Then you also have like a lot of groupings of single girls that are here, it seems like, and then a lot of the couples. And
Yeah.
you're like, do you think like everyone that is here is just horny?
Yeah.
And like, I mean, how could you not be horny in a
I've
place
been
like
horny
this?
as hell. I mean, I'm always horny.
Yes.
But I've been like extra horny the entire time that we've been here.
Yeah.
Basically, the first day or the second day, we took some sexy pictures of you out here on this
Oh
balcony.
yeah. With like the guy picking the garden,
Yeah.
and I was like, I am.
Maybe I'll insert those photos here in the podcast too. No, you don't want me to?
I don't think so.
And no, it's been like I've been like outrageously horny, but
I mean, it's like hard not like look at the space and
yeah.
like you're on the beach and the beach just adds to it, and like you're half dressed, you're sweating.
Yeah.
And I think like if you have any inkling of like horniness in you, it's gonna really come out. And if you already have it in you, it's gonna come out extra hard here.
Well, speaking of horniness, we are about 30 minutes in. I think what we're gonna do is.
Oh, should we put the two together?
I think that's what I'm thinking. Is like
Yeah.
we have 30 minutes here.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll do another 30 minutes in Rome. Our hotel in Rome is literally directly across from the Colosseum, but I don't know if like if we're gonna be able to do it. I have no idea like what our room looks like or whatever.
Look like.
But we will be doing one in Rome somehow, one way or another.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
And I'm thinking we're just gonna cut these two together.
That'd be so fun.
And then this way, it's just kind of like a quick recap of our entire trip, and that won't be for at least about another week. So like it'll be, we'll have a full week of Italy to.
Yeah, we'll have Capri at that
recap.
point. We'll have friends. We're meeting up with friends in Rome.
Yeah, true.
That's gonna be so fun.
That was by coincidence.
By
your
coincidence.
friend from work just happens to be in Rome while we're there, so we're gonna go have dinner with them.
Yeah.
We have Capri tomorrow, so we have a private boat that's gonna be taking us out to Capri tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have a Colosseum tour. We have a Vatican tour.
We have Pompeii.
We have
We have a lot coming up.
Yeah.
This has been like really nice. I was saying the other day, like doing this trip so far this way has been really I've really enjoyed it. That we came in and just been able to be like at the beach and on kind of our own schedule. We have like some dinners here. We had like a lunch reservation there. Like we're having to figure out like some things, but not like go.
Yeah.
And I'm happy we planned it this way.
Yeah.
Versus trying to do like originally we were trying to, when we first were thinking, like way back when we were first thinking about it, being like, okay, like we'll be here, then for a few days we'll be here, then here, like so much bouncing around. Like I would not have enjoyed that.
Yeah. Yeah,
that would have been too much.
So I guess like originally when we were planning Italy, we were thinking, okay, we're gonna do Sicily and the Amalfi Coast and Rome and Florence.
Yeah, we'll get to Florence. We'll get to Venice.
And we were thinking it'd be like 3 weeks, but we were thinking we'd do like 3 or 4 nights in each place. And then we decided we're gonna do 3 weeks, but we're gonna cut them up into 3 individual places. Yeah. So 1 was gonna be Sicily, 2 was gonna be here, and then 3 was gonna be Rome. And then like again, we cut out that 3rd week, cut out Sicily. But like, I'll tell you what, I have no doubt in my mind that like I'm ready to come back. Like
for sure.
in the future, I would love to do Sicily.
Yeah.
I would love to do Florence. I'm sure there's plenty of other places that we can go. I'd like to see Lake Como probably.
Yeah.
And then so now it's probably about what time is it right now?
6:55.
6:55. Oh, really? It's that late already. Okay, we gotta get moving then, because we have dinner at a beautiful restaurant like that's right up the cliff. So like, again, if you see the cliff there's another one that we are in the side of right here, and so that goes straight up above us as well. And there's another hotel directly above us that is a beautiful hotel with a Michelin star restaurant that looks gorgeous that I'm so pumped to go see. So we're having dinner there at 10 o'clock tonight. And
they eat late here.
Yeah, so we're gonna get ready. We're gonna go to that cool ass looking
Franco,
bar,
right?
yeah,
Franco
bar Franco or Franco bar, right next door to the restaurant. Have a couple drinks there, and then go to a delicious Michelin star Italian feast.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do a quick panoramic tour of this, and we'll wrap it up. All right.
Bellissima.
Let's see. Okay. So I'll take it this way first. Hold on. So you can kind of see here.
Oh my God, that's so pretty. And there's just a few yachts out there. Just a few.
Just a few yachts. Just a handful of them. You can't really see the restaurant that we're talking about, but it's up that way. You can see out this way is where the that stairway is. You can't really see it because there's nobody walking up or down it right now. That is where it is, right? It's like out.
It's out.
I think it's like
like
it's
right
like here or something. I can't exactly tell, but yeah.
It's beautiful.
Pretty unbelievable. And again, this really does not do it justice. Down here that's the garden is like behind those
the lemon trees,
where there's all the vegetables that they grow for the restaurant. You can kind of see over there is like a little courtyard where there's a bar and a restaurant. That's where we have breakfast in the morning. On the other side of those trees is in between us, this tree and that church. There's like a pool that sits like literally like just on our side of that church. That's a beautiful pool. So we're having fun.
We're loving it. We might not come home.
Or we might just move here.
Yeah, we're just gotta get the dogs vaccinated. We gotta figure out the dog situation.
All right, guys. I guess we'll see you in Rome. We'll just cut here, and Rome will be on the next segment. Yeah. Peace.
Buonasera.